Hi everybody, welcome to Craft Week 8. I can't believe we've already made it to another Friday. It's the end of another week, and every time we arrive at a Friday I'm continuously shocked by how fast everything has gone and your strength and resilience in continuing to learn online. So with no further ado, for Craft Week 8 we're going to be making something for our special someone. I'm not talking about Valentine's Day, not that kind of special someone. I'm talking about the day that's coming up this weekend where we celebrate our parents. So I was thinking that, because there's so many people out there that I would like to thank for who I am today, that you could make this for whoever you want. You might make it for your dad, you might make it for your mum or your uncle or an auntie or your cat or maybe your dog, whoever you like, and you can gift it to them on this Sunday. So we're going to have a look at a few amazing parents of the animal world because one, I love animals, and two, I don't really want to give you a second reason. I think the first one's pretty good. So here we go. So our first amazing parent is the orangutan. Did you know that they are found in rainforests of Sumatra and Borneo? So that's a little bit far away from Australia. And they're amazing because the mums keep their young with them, so they keep their babies with them for 8 years, which might not seem that long because, in human time, we stay with our parents for as long as we like. But 8 years in the animal kingdom is a really long time. And they also only start learning how to build a nest at 6 months old. Can you believe that? Can you imagine being 6 months old and your mom's like, okay, you need to make your bed every day? That's crazy. Oh, unbelievable. Yet amazing. Our second set of amazing animal parents are the emperor penguins. So they live in Antarctica where it's really, 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 really cold, and it's up to the dads to take care of the egg before it hatches. So they have to balance the egg on their feet, between their bodies and their feet, to keep it off the ice for 2 months. So they have to keep it warm because otherwise, if it gets too cold and freezes, there won't be an egg to hatch. When the dad is taking care of the egg for 2 months, the mother is off making her way to the ocean, which can take a long time, and then she goes fishing and collects food for everyone. And then she has to make her way all the way home. And funnily enough, once all the chicks are hatched, when there's a big enough group, they are left alone with 1 or 2 adult emperor penguins in what they call a creche, which is similar to a kindergarten for little humans. Our third and final fabulous animal parents are the elephants. They are found in Africa and Southeast Asia. There are actually a few types of elephants, but we're not going to go into that. The baby elephants are raised by an entire herd of elephants, and this herd is only full of females. So it's a matriarchal system for the elephants. And they are so cool because when there is a threat, like you can see in this photo here with the tiger, when there's a threat, they all gather around the babies and put all the babies in a little circle in the middle, and then they protect them from the outside so that nothing can get to them. And they are especially nice because when elephants walk, and they walk a long way, when they do their big long walks, they always slow down so that the young baby elephants can keep up, which I think is really, really, really nice. Very considerate of them, really. So for our craft activity, we are going to need a toilet paper roll, or maybe 2 or 3. There are 3 different kinds of animals we're going to be making, but that's up to you and whoever you're home with to decide if you want to do 1 or 2 or 3. So you'll need 1 toilet paper roll, preferably one that doesn't have paper on it. So, this looking thing, no paper on it, just the roll. Coloured paper, if you have some. If you don't have any coloured paper, we can make some up with just some white paper and you can colour it in. So that's why you'll need some colouring utensils. You'll need glue and some scissors. And I didn't add that you'll probably also need a grey lead to do some drawing. I also just thought if you don't have any coloured paper or white paper that suits your animal, maybe you can find, I have a big box of coloured paper at home, and old wrapping paper So I've kept this old wrapping paper for something or other, but it might be a good elephant colour. Don't you think? It's great. I mean, it's also got patterns on it, but I think that'll look pretty good as an elephant. So, you know, be a bit crafty. Think about the things that you've got at home, and we see if we can make some animals together. Here we go. So, to start with, we're going to make a penguin head. It's very exciting. So we're going to grab our toilet paper roll, and we're going to grab our pencil, and we're going to put our toilet paper roll flat on the piece of paper, and we're going to trace around it. I'm going to do it down here-ish. So hold down, trace around the edges. Whoop, ta-da! Make that neat. So we've got our penguin head, which is pretty exciting. Then we are going to give him, or her, could be either, a lovely big beak. So triangle, down like this. Then some eyes on either side. And I'm going to give him some black dots for little eyes. And then we're going to colour him in. So I'm going to draw the feet next to the head because I'm going to cut out the head anyway. But first we're going to draw the feet. I got 3 big toes. So 3 big feet. Doesn't matter if they are even or not, that's alright. And I'm drawing them next to the head because I want them to be the same size because they're so big. Up. 2, 3. Lovely. And now we're just going to colour them in again. Ta-da! Okay, now I'm going to cut these out. Ta-da! So what's next to do is to cover our toilet paper roll. So I was thinking about the best way to do this, and I think that because I have some black paper, I'm going to measure the toilet paper roll, or roll the toilet paper roll in paper, and then I'm going to cut it to size. However, if you don't have black paper, you could probably colour this directly. I can imagine it would, look at that. It might take a while, but that could work too. And a third option would be to colour paper and then stick the paper on the toilet paper roll. Alright, so now that I've got my 2 feet, my head and my body, we're going to create a white chest and some wings. So I did have a think about this, and I think the best way would be to pop your toilet paper roll on a piece of paper. So you've got some paper either side, and then we're going to measure the top, measure the bottom, so we know how tall it is. And then you're going to grab your pinky and measure along the length of your pinky, or roughly 3 centimeters. 3 centimeter. And then we're going to draw a nice big line all the way down to this side, but curve it out. Go. Lovely. And then we're going to come back up. There we go. We've got our wings and our big white chest. It's beautiful. And now I'm going to colour in again. Okay, now that it's coloured in, we're going to cut him out. And then we're going to cut just inside the line here to give the wings a bit more of a 3D effect. Ta-da! There we go. So we've got our body, our feet, and our head, and our little chest. Now we're going to stick the body onto, well, the chest onto the body first. So I've decided to use a glue stick for this one. Whoop, sticky tape will probably work as well. It's up to you. So we're just going to glue the white bit, but on the back. So just this white chesty bit. Hop. And go up to the top. And then we're going to, so this is my back because I didn't want people seeing this sticky tape. And then we're going to put him on top like this. Stick him down nice and tight. Don't stick the wings down, make sure the wings are up like this. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now we are going to stick on our little face. Now the feet. There we go. Mr. Emperor Penguin is complete. Alrighty, now we're going to make an orangutan. So, toilet paper roll again. I found some orange paper, so I'm going to be using that. We're going to be putting our toilet paper roll flat, hand on top, and tracing around the bottom. Whoop. Ta-da! Then we're going to be adding some nice big eyes. And we're going to be adding some hair. So orangutans have quite hairy faces. Scruffy looking little guy. Ta-da. Going to be adding a nice big face, nose, and a very happy face. Ta-da! Now I'm going to colour in some details. Now I'm going to cut him out. Got his face, pop it aside. Now we're going to cover the toilet paper. From here, we're going to take our body and lie it flat on the bottom of the paper. And we're going to measure where the top is. And we are going to draw some big long arms. So I don't know if you've ever seen an image of an orangutan, but they have very long arms. And then we know that orangutans have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers like we do. Back up and down again. Thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go. Now we're going to colour him in. So I've made him a bit scruffy looking because I know that orangutans are really hairy. So that's how I've decided to represent his hairiness. Maybe you guys can think of another way to do that. Now we're just going to cut him out. now we've got all our bits. We've got our body, we've got our arms, and we've got our head. We're just going to stick them all together. So we're going to stick on our arms first. Grab your glue. And we're going to only put glue on this tiny bit here. Just like that. And we'll make sure it goes across the top. Do not put glue on the arms. I'll show you why. So that when we stick him down, not all the way at the top, just down a bit. So that when he sticks down, he's got his arms up. Ta-da! And then we're going to do the same thing for the head. So we don't want to cover the whole head in glue because not the whole thing will be going on the body. So we're just going to do the bottom bit like this, just a little bit down the bottom. And then we're going to stick him on as well. Here we go, there's our little orangutan. Now if you'd like, you can add some texture, so some lines. Show that he's a very hairy orangutan. Keep it going from the hair that you did up top. There we go. Ta-da! You might want to add some legs too if you like, but we're going to stop there. Alrighty, to make the elephant, we're going to need a toilet paper roll. And I'm going to start with rolling up the body, so covering the toilet paper roll in this lovely grey paper that I have. We're going to draw the face, so pop him in the middle because we need to draw some ears and a trunk, so you need some extra paper around. Put your hand on top and trace around the outside. Get a nice circle. There we go. Now we're going to rub a little bit out so we can draw a trunk. Okay, so from here and down. And then here and up. Here we go. I'm going to give this guy some tusks as well. There we go. Lovely. Some big eyes. And some ears. Good. Now I'm just going to color them in. Now it's time to cut him out. What is an elephant if it doesn't have big stompy legs? So we're just going to draw some big lines. Go. And another one here. And then elephant have these funny little tails. Like that. And like that. And now we'll colour them in. And now, of course, time to cut him out. Time to stick them all together. So let's put the little legs, or big legs, big stompy legs on first. Little bit of glue at the top, and then we're going to stick them about halfway down on there. stick it out a little bit. And leg number 2, about halfway there. There we go, wherever you're happy with them. I'm pretty happy with that. And finally, our little face. Glue smack in the middle. There we go. For the craft lesson for this week, everyone, I hope you had fun making your animals, because I did. I now have a zoo in my office of paper roll animals and a rabbit. Anyway, when you're finished making your paper roll animals, make sure to take a photo of them and pop them up on Seesaw. And remember to send lots of love to whoever you're giving these to, and have a great weekend.